Hi all, good morning. I think it's still morning. It's about 11. Anyways, I thought, I haven't done this in a while, but I thought I would take you along for kind of a week in the life of, and don't mind the really messy hair today. It is very hot out, so I stuck it up in a bun. I still haven't turned the air on here in the studio. It's not super warm in here. And because I'm not going to have the wax on today, I figured I'll just going to leave it off. But my plan, why I picked up the camera, is I thought I'd take you along for a week in the life. So happy Monday. I spent the morning editing a bit of a video, and now I wanted to get over here and just get this cleaned up, the space cleaned up in here. Because later on this week, I want to get back in here and actually work in the studio. But I figured I have a few hours, maybe about an hour-ish or so, and I want to just kind of quickly clean this up, and I figured it'd also be a good break of sitting on the computer and editing video. So anyways, hope you all enjoy the video, and yeah, actually here's a quick introduction in case you're new around here and wondering who this talking head is at you. So anyways, quick introduction, and then we'll jump into this week's video. Hi there, I'm Stacy, the Encaustic mixed media artist behind Studio Stacy. Encaustic literally means to burn in. So I paint with beeswax and a torch, and because it's mixed media, pretty much anything else I can get my hands on. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Consider subscribing and joining this artsy community. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, which helps me get introduced to more like-minded artsy folks like yourself. All right, so you can see it's not, the space isn't super messy, but my goal is to just get it all picked up. There's some paint colors out over there that need to get put in these boxes down here, and just kind of get the area quickly cleaned up in a sense. All right, I've decided to leave these colors out here. These go to the different, sorry about the shadow there, but these go to the different tree bark sketches that I've done. So I could make a note on these, but also some of these are just like random colors that I just don't have any way of knowing exactly how I made them, because they came out of the drip tray. Actually, hang on, let me flip the camera around and show you that. All right, so this is the drip tray off of my griddle, which it's not on yet, but it just collects the leftover drips, if you will, of encaustic paint and drips into here. And then I take and melt it down and make a quote unquote a mystery color, if you will. And you can see, not this one, but you know, they make some really pretty colors, but I have no way of necessarily recreating them. So I do have to be careful what I use them in hopes that I don't run out of said color. I'm not sure if I could make it again. So that's what these three are. And then these couple greens here that are in this tree bark, that's what these are. So I'm just going to leave them next to the sketches. And that way I'll know exactly what I used. And because like I said, I can't really write down the colors. I thought I would write them down on the back of this, but random color here. And then in this area, I have some sketches that I've done from a previous painting. These are some stencils that I used actually in this like triptych up here, which you'll have already seen in a video. And then I have these strips of paper which I use to cut the cardboard out with, but I think I'm probably just going to throw these out because I'm not sure I would use this exact, you know, they're just, is it worth hanging on to these? Probably not. So I'm going to throw this pile out, or rather recycle that, and then I'll show you where I'm going to store these other ones. All right, so these map drawers, I have one labeled sketches. And if I open this up, might take two hands, hopefully not, you'll see I have sketches in here from various different paintings. And I hang on to these because sometimes I've gone back to them to reference the same painting, or I've used them in a different painting. So I'm going to put these into this drawer as well. All right, and then I have this random pile of cardboard that's been sitting on my floor. I was waiting to see if I finished these cardboard paintings, which I did, which you've already seen. But I think I might actually hang on to that, strangely enough. Random pieces of cardboard, just in case I want to do another painting like it. So, I don't know. Is that strange? Like, do I really need to hang on to cardboard? Should I just recycle it? I don't know. I'm probably going to hang on to it for a little bit. Yeah, I'll probably hang on to it, but I just need to find a place to put it instead of it sitting on my floor, taking up some floor space. All right, well, it's off of this floor space, and I kind of tucked it behind a little cubby area that I have. I don't know if it looks any better, but it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind type of mentality, perhaps. And again, I don't know if I really need to be hoarding cardboard, but I guess I'm just going to keep it for now. Who knows, maybe the next studio major clean out, I'll go through and get rid of it. But for now, it's tucked back there and it's out of the way, and that's the important thing. All right, I think one last thing before I let you go today in the studio, and I just want to get the wax drips cleaned off of these silicone mats on my work table. And I know I've mentioned this in the past, but these silicone mats are working really, really nice to protect my work surface. I'll link them down there below if you're interested in them. And I use this Catalyst C81 tool, and it just scrapes the wax off. It just comes off easy peasy, and it's really nice to clean when I do clean it. All right, the work table is pretty much cleaned off. It's just kind of setting me up for next time I come in here, which will hopefully be maybe tomorrow. I don't know, we're gonna see. I have to look at my schedule to see what's going on this week. I think it should be a pretty easy week. Fingers crossed, you just never know. But at any rate, I will see you all tomorrow.
Looks like he's got a mustache. He looks like an old turtle. Does he look like a grumpy old man on camera too? Oh yeah, looks like a grumpy old man, doesn't he?
What you thinking, huh? People are gonna think you're a stone.
It's just random.
Very random.
Wonder what's going on up there. Oh, I'm interested. What it? Oh, what's that? Quick, run away. Oh, run away. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. I see you. Oh, I'm out of here.
Comes his friends. It's better than TV.
Oh boy. Hey, leave that guy alone. No, guys, look what I found, really. Look what I found. Oh, what the? That thing's bigger than me. Oh wait, it's perspective. Maybe if we act like we're mad, it'll not eat us. Run! Run from the dinosaur!
Come on, I'll take y'all on. Try it. Just try it. It's a showdown. I'm coming for you.
Peekaboo. Hey, moose smooches. Oh wait, I'm a deer. You're a turtle.
Morning all, back in the studio, and I'm gonna maybe try to explain what I'm doing in here right away. We'll see if it actually happens, but looks like they're going to be doing a little bit of some road work out there, and I think they're just cutting down some of the tree branches away from the power lines, not actual work on the road per se, unfortunately, because it is rather bumpy out there. But at any rate, I'm going to try to tell you what I'm doing out here before they start making noise. So let me flip the camera around and show you what my plan is today in the studio. We'll see if it actually happens or not, or if I get in the middle of something else and change my mind. All right, so this work table area, I keep clearing off and then putting more stuff down. Like this painting here. This is an older painting. I'm going to redo it. I'm going to take all of these, what are these, like silk flower sticks and things like that off of this painting and completely redo it. I think that's the plan anyways, but for today I'm just going to try to take these off of here and then see where it goes after that. I don't know if you could tell in that time lapse, but I got out the paint scraper here to help me kind of pry off and scrape off the silk flowers and the stems, which I think the stems are wood, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I got the paint scraper out to help me kind of scrape those off as I was heating them up. And then there was a bunch of layers built up around those flowers that I took the paint scraper again and took and scraped those areas down so that the painting is fairly smooth now. It's not perfect, but it's pretty smooth. And if you've been here a little while, you know I typically like to start with a smoother surface. So I think this little mini project here in the studio is done, and I'm just going to move it out of the way next. All right, I think you saw I put freezer paper underneath this panel here with the shiny side down, and that just helps protect this painting under here. It's just a white panel, but there is some encaustic paint on it, so I thought, why not try to protect it? And I really have no idea if I'm going to be throwing those out or not. I probably should just get rid of them, but for now I'm just going to leave them stacked up on top of that painting. All right, hopefully you'll be able to see this, but this now goes vertical, and I have it wired to go horizontal. So I'm going to take this off and then have Matt help me rewire it later. All right, so I have been focusing on kind of three main trees: the tulip poplar, the pawpaw, and the sycamore lately. And I have leaf prints from all of these that I'm okay with, but the only problem is I'm not sure about the color of the leaf prints with the colors that I've kind of have chosen for the bark. So let me flip the camera on and I'll show you here. Okay, this is the tulip poplar bark that I've done quick sketches on, and then this is the leaf prints. So you can see these colors I personally don't think really do anything for each other. So I want to pick out different colors of paint to then print the leaves with. And all right, so I know I'm not going to have time to do these leaf prints today by the time I kind of get everything else organized in here, but I want to at least have the colors done and picked out, so when I come back into the studio, hopefully tomorrow perhaps, I can just get going right away printing these leaves. And so I want to pick out the three colors of these leaf prints. That's the other thing I want to do in the studio today. So yeah, we'll see how much we get done, and let's get going. All right, I am looking at this panel that I just kind of took apart, and I love how the background on it came out, and that's kind of the background theme, kind of a grungy, neutralish kind of background is what I'm thinking. All right, so here's the background, and I'm picturing, this happens to be a tea bag. That's tea bags, that's a tea bag. But what I'm picturing is, instead of tea bags, having the leaf prints in places throughout the painting, and then over the top of all of that would be the tree itself. Imagine this a full-size tree and not just a small piece of bark. But that's what I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking is I need to pick out, so these colors I pretty much, I think I'm going with for the painting of the actual trees. But what I think I want to do is pick out the leaf print colors and the background for the encaustic paint. On this one, there's a lot of white on it, which I definitely want to keep a lot of white, but I want to add in a few other colors as well, just like this painting has, and have it kind of be a little bit of a grungy look, if you will, like a rustic grungy kind of look. So I think what I'm going to do is pull out all of my encaustic colors along with these watercolor for the leaf prints and try to pick them both out simultaneously, comparing them to the tree bark. All right, that took way longer than what I thought it was going to take, but I think I have things figured out. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you, but I have a mess now of paint chips everywhere. Oh, I should mention, I make these paint chips using, I think it's called screen molding. I believe it's screen. It's real thin pieces of molding, and Matt just chops them up for me, drill holes into them so that I can put them on a chain. And I paint them with the RNF encaustic primer first, the white RNF encaustic gesso, and then I put the color over top of them. So it's just way easier to help me try to pick out colors and dragging out all of the paints that I have, and also some of the paints, I know I've mentioned this in the past, but they're slightly darker than the actual color in the cube form. So these just are very helpful. So just thought I'd mention that. Like I said, I know I've mentioned it in the past, but in case you're new around here, that's what I use for my paint chips. So let me flip the camera around before my battery dies and show you these color combinations. All right, here are the pawpaw colors. And I think I'm going to do the leaves in these two, not this lavender, but these two. And then these are going to be a mix in the background with a lot more white kind of showing through, or like a beigey kind of color perhaps. So that's the pawpaw. Here are the sycamore background colors, these three. And then I'm debating between this Venetian red and this is like a deep bloodstone violet color. So I'm debating between these two for the leaves. And then this is the tulip poplar. This dark color here might just be like a accent, a pop of color every now and then. Haven't completely decided on that. And then so these colors here for the background, that's the tree trunk obviously. And then this deep orange or quin gold for the leaves. And there you have it. And my camera's beeping at me. The battery is beeping, so I'm gonna let you go here. See you sometime, maybe tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. Anyways, we'll see you then. Morning all. I'm gonna try to do this real quickly because they are doing road work on our road again this morning, and they just stopped briefly. So hopefully I'll be able to get through this quick explanation as far as what I'm doing here in the studio before they start that back up. So let me flip the camera around real quick and show you the supplies. All right, I'm going to be doing some leaf prints. So I have some sycamore tree leaves out. These are older ones that I have preserved. These are some newer, smaller ones that, yes, I did cut off one of our trees. But I just grabbed a couple. So hopefully the tree will be fine in theory. So anyways, sycamore tree leaves, some rubber gloves just to protect my hands, some watercolor paint, and I'll try to zoom in on the two colors and show you the names of them a bit better, but it's a Venetian red and shadow violet. And then I have, this is a water paintbrush rinser outer. That's a very technical term. But if I think about it, I'll try to find the link to this. But because I don't have water or a sink in here, I use this contraption and it works out pretty well. And then I have a couple different rice papers out. I have unsized one and semi-sized one in this pack. So, oh, and then I have 2 little glass dishes. They're starting back up again, the road construction, so hopefully you can hear this still, but I have baby wipes, some clear acrylic gesso, and I might just use a little tiny dab of this. And then I might also bring out my jelly plate. Oh, and I've covered my work surface in some well-loved and well-used freezer paper to protect it, and then just a couple spare extra towels that you can see are well-loved and also well-used over here. And I have done this leaf printing a lot, so I will try to remember to link the videos either up here somewhere or down there below in the description from the previous videos of me experimenting with these leaf prints, so y'all can see that. I'm probably going to stick you on time lapse while I do this, just so I can kind of keep concentrating and moving probably rather quickly-ish through these leaf prints. So yeah, here we go, leaf printing. I got out, I think you probably saw some mixed media paper to also kind of put down and protect the work surface area. And probably in another video, I'll show you what I'm thinking about doing with that. So stay tuned for that. All right, all, I am calling it today in the studio. I'll flip the camera around here and show you the mess, but it is quite a mess. Yeah, let me flip the camera around here and show you the state of the studio today. I do also have a few things under this pile of books here drying, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how these came out actually, so I don't know, fingers crossed they work out in a painting. And yeah, I will see you all shortly. Unfortunately, on our walk this evening, we found that we had lost another big tree in one of the storms, but this is going to be a future problem for a future Matt and Stacy. For now, it's too grown in for us to get to, so we're going to have to wait till later in the fall or next spring. In case you're wondering what program I use to edit these videos, it's called Shotcut, and it's a free program, and I think it works out quite nicely. I think it works out as well as any other video editing program that I've tried. And I usually spend probably about 16 to 24 hours on each video, editing each video. So it takes a little while, but hopefully you all are enjoying them. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, if you did, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.